Good morning, everyone. Virgo Triad here. It is February 28th, 2019. And I hope everyone has had a great week so far. Okay, so a little bit different today. How many people remember the person in this picture that you're looking at right now, Heather Ann Tucci-Jarraf? For those of you that don't remember, Heather Ann Tucci-Jarraf was sentenced to 5 years in prison back last year due to her making claims with another gentleman by the name of Randall Keith Bean. And she was indicted on bank fraud, wiring fraud, and laundering money. And that was due to claiming that these TDA accounts are real. And in fact, they are not. And as a result of the things that took place and her being a co-conspirator to the bank fraud that was done by Randall Bean, she ended up finding her way into federal prison. Now, some interesting facts about Heather Ann Tucci-Jarraf is that, like many of the other people that are anti-government and claim that they know better when it comes to law, Heather really should have known better. She actually worked for the state prosecutor's office. I believe it was in Oregon. And so in reality, she should have known better than to represent herself in court, but she evidently didn't learn that and decided to represent herself in federal court anyway. And she used a lot of the paperwork that the sovereign citizen movement vouches for and sells. So the UCC one that you have seen that is being sold in packages like April Lejeune's and Anna Von Bright's. These things were all things that Heather Ann Tucci-Jarraf used in order to plead her case. Unsuccessfully, she was found guilty on all counts and ended up with a 5-year prison sentence. Now, she is appealing it, where she was very, very confident in the fact that she could try her own case and get both her and Randy off without any charges. She has now been sitting in prison for over a year, and as a result of that has decided that she is going to hire an attorney, which she has done, and file an appeal, which she has done. And I'm about to show you where you can not only find that paperwork, but you can also read the entire thing and find out for yourself everything that she's making claims on. I'm going to highlight it for you, but then there's a twist to this at the end also. So first of all, let's go over to the IUV website where we can take a look at the case. Now, I'm going to list this link on the description page of this video so that you can go ahead and take a look at this for yourself. There's 52 pages to this specific appeals document, and this was filed on February 4th, 2019, so just a couple weeks ago. That's very important for you to keep in mind, because later on, I'm going to direct you to a video that you really need to watch that date is going to make a difference in what you see. We'll go over that in just a couple minutes. But first of all, let me just highlight a few things that are actually in this document. First of all, the first thing you're probably going to want to do is download the document so it's easier for you to read. But over here, and also, just so that you guys are aware, the information that I'm about to highlight for you is actually information that, so that I didn't have to read through the entire case, I actually got from one of the followers that had read through the entire case and just went through and highlighted different pages where there was interesting information, so that we could determine what it is that she's making claims of, what her attorney is making claims of, that she is the reason behind why the appeal is being filed, which I think most people will find really interesting based on the fact that this is the exact opposite of what was claimed while the original case was going on. So here we are on page 4. And on page 4, it states, from the start, Ms. Tucci-Jarraf challenged the court's jurisdiction along with other aspects of the case. She did so by filing a rash of documents that, for the most part, contained nonsensical ramblings. Now we're going to move over to page 5. Piece of interesting information on page 5 says the record is replete with evidence and red flags regarding her competency both to stand trial and to represent herself. Moving on. Here we are over on page 14, where the statement is from the very onset of the lower court proceedings, which began in the United States District Court for the District of Columbia. Following Ms. Tucci-Jarraf's arrest in that district, Ms. Tucci-Jarraf's statements and participation were incoherent and bizarre. On page 17, we have, with the next United States magistrate judge to handle the detention hearing, Ms. Tucci-Jarraf's dialogue became even more bizarre, rambling, and out of touch with reality, even with regards to such simple things as an oath. Here on page 25, we have a statement that says even basic questions from the magistrate judge went unanswered or were answered in nonsensical ways. Page 30 states that Ms. Tucci-Jarraf's rambling and seemingly delusional story that she laid out pre-trial for the court continued during trial. And finally, page 34 states, the briefing states, moreover, Ms. Tucci-Jarraf continued to incriminate herself with meandering and meaningless explanations of why she did what she did. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, would you like to take a quick guess at now what it is that Heather Ann Tucci-Jarraf's attorney is going to lay claim to as to why this appeal is being filed? You guessed it, insanity. Now here's what's difficult for me to swallow with this. If you take a look at the IUV website and you actually go down at where the people that take a look at the website and then make comments are, you will see that these people are actually still hanging on. Even after this has been filed by Heather Ann Tucci-Jarraf, actually laying claim to the fact that she is going to allow an attorney to claim that she is insane, that she is not competent to stand trial. After she talked Randy into standing trial pro se, after she stood trial with him, claiming she could get him and herself free, they're still up here saying, I love you, Heather and Randy. This was a good read. Thanks for posting. I pray that HATJ and RKB are free soon. She fooled everyone. She told all of you that she was telling the truth. And now she is willing to allow an attorney to go in and try to get her free from prison by claiming that she didn't know what she was talking about any of this. But yet there are still comments that are down here that totally blow my mind. Like the comment that talks about, and I believe this is right here, just for a moment assuming that HATJ's objectives in this case are met and she wins the case and goes free, what are the financial implications of this outcome? So can we just all freely access our TDA accounts? Are you serious? Heather is admitting that she was crazy when she wrote these filings. She's allowing an attorney, has hired an attorney to actually go in and appeal the case, claiming that she was not competent and is not stable-minded enough to have done this herself. And yet you're still asking questions about the TDA account. There's no logic to that whatsoever. No logic at all. But what makes this even better? What makes this even better is when we actually go up here and we take a look at the filing date of this specific piece of information, which, as you see, again, it is February 4th, 2019. All right, and this is on the IUV website, Universal Cleanup, hashtag Universal Cleanup. It is an actual document. You can find it on Pacer. Everything's correct about it. But here's the crazy part. For those of you that actually have not seen it yet, okay, this is Dozik's channel. And Dozik actually put up last night, he published the Randall Keith Bean appeal that, guess what, was actually filed December 5th of 2018. And what does Randy do? Flips on Heather, okay? You guys need to go over to follow the link that I'm going to leave for Dozik's channel and go over and listen to it that have not listened to it yet, because Randy is able to articulate to his attorney that, hey, this is all Heather's fault. Heather talked me into this, and it's just amazing to me how these two have flipped on one another. My feeling is that Heather had to file this appeal this way, because without it, I just have no idea where this is going to go. My guess is the same as Dozik's. I actually think that they will probably both end up getting separate trials. And I don't know if that's going to help or hurt either one of them. But right now, Heather is sitting in prison for, for another 3.5 years, I believe. And Randy is sitting there for 13 years. And so at this point, they're both claiming, with everybody still supporting them, okay? They've flipped on each other, but people are still supporting them because the IUV website clearly did not put up Randy's appeal. They hid it for a couple of months until Heather got hers filed. So now nobody really understands that Randy filed his first and flipped on Heather. At this point, they're both claiming that the TDA stuff is out the window, that they were completely insane, all right? All you have to do is read it or listen to Dozik's video. But yet there are people still going, oh, we love you, yay. Insanity. Insanity rules the world right now, and I just can't understand it. Okay, so I hope everybody has an opportunity to follow the links, visit Dozik's channel, actually look at this new update on the trial, and takes a look at Heather's too, because I think you guys will find it very interesting that it doesn't seem like it takes very long, not even 2 years in federal prison, to realize that maybe your sovereign citizen movement beliefs and theories, they might not be as accurate as you originally conveniently thought they were. All right, everybody, I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.